Hey, how are you? Well, this is an encaustic painting, and I've gotten a few questions about this, so I figured we'd take a quick look at this painting. I'll show you the back because this is a shaped painting. I only made a few paintings like this. One was all white, and they're really a lot like sculpture. The paintings have a lot to do with the surface. They're also a bit like color field paintings. So let me flip the painting around and I'll show you the structure in the back. The paintings are made on a shaped canvas, and I made this painting a long time ago in 2000, so I would probably make the painting a lot differently today. So I won't get into that, and maybe that's something that we'll talk about sometime down the road. But both paintings, in case you can't see it, have a slight concave, and the idea behind these paintings is they're supposed to resemble the ocean, and the title of the painting is Swells, so just kind of light waves. Now the surface of the painting is made with encaustic. So I've got my work table set up, and I'll show you how I made the surface. First, let's talk about some of the tools you'll need to work with encaustic. Number one is probably the heat gun and your melting pot. And I would avoid getting your heat gun at an arts and crafts store and get it at a home store. These are designed to remove paint, and you'll get a more powerful gun at a home store. For this technique, I'll be using a propane torch, and since I'll be working with an open flame, it's a good idea to have a fire extinguisher on hand. The last time I was working with encaustic, I was using blue, so I removed the blue color, and now I'll warm up the green. Now that the encaustic is melted, I'll brush it onto the canvas and then fuse the encaustic into the fibers using the heat gun. So now I've got a nice foundation of encaustic on my painting, and I'm ready to start to put the texture onto the surface. Now, I should add that when you work with encaustic, you really have to have good ventilation. I usually have a fan going. I don't because I'm videoing, but I will be wearing a mask, and especially when you start to fuse oil paint into the surface of the encaustic. So before I put the mask on, what I'll do is take the spoon, and I like to work with the spoon in my right hand, and I'll heat up the spoon and then just push this color, or this texture I mean, into the color. And it gives kind of a hammered copper effect. And then once I have that texture in, well, then I can move on to another step. So now I've got some texture in the painting, and with this painting I then used an oil stick and fused the oil paint into the wax. So I'll try that here, and I've got an oil stick, and I'll just put a little of this color right on top of the painting. Now I'll heat the spoon up again and fuse the oil paint into the wax. So this is basically the same process that I used on these blue paintings. Now encaustic can be polished to a high gloss, but I generally will wait about 2 weeks. Even though the oil pigment has been infused in the wax, I just like to hold off for a little while. Now a painting like this is referred to as a color field painting, and if you're not familiar with the term color field paintings or color field artists, look up artists like Barnett Newman, Ellsworth Kelly, and Mark Rothko. They were all color field painters, and that might give you a better idea of what I'm talking about. Now every week I give something away that I've made here in the studio, and this week This is an inkjet transfer and some pencil in there I've drawn on there, and I framed it also. This is just about 4 by 4 inches, and if you want to know more about it and take a shot at winning it, just go to my website and click on giveaways. You can find out all about it. I hope you enjoyed the video. Thanks for tuning in. I'll see you soon.